If you mix, master, or produce your own music, chances are you've probably heard the name Waves Audio. They've been in the business of creating and releasing plugins since the very beginning. And what really makes their plugins attractive is the quality and the price point. They do a good job of not only having a good product, but they also make it accessible for the average consumer to purchase. Not everybody has the budget to buy every single expensive plugin that hits the market. So if you're trying to get yourself some reliable and effective tools to mix and master your own music, Waves is the way to go in my opinion. In this video, I'm going to share with y'all my top 5 Waves plugins that I find myself using on every single song or project. So let's hop right in and get to it. The first plugin is the F6 EQ, and I find myself using this on every single mix. So any surgical EQ work I'm going to be doing with this plugin. The reason I love this thing is because of the nice and clean user interface and just the overall functionality of this plugin. You have a high pass and a low pass filter as well as 6 EQ points to work with. And what I like most about this plugin is that each of these EQ points have dynamic EQ capabilities. So you can really dial in when and how much of a certain frequency you want to add or take away. Another feature to point out with this plugin is that it has a graphical analyzer to display the entire frequency spectrum. So for those of you who like to have a visual representation of what's going on while you're doing your EQ work, you're going to find this to be very helpful. The last thing to mention here is that this EQ does have side chaining capabilities. So if you're trying to duck a certain frequency while another instrument punches through, this is going to be a good tool for you to do that process with. Next up is the Renaissance Compressor, and this is an older plugin, but you can find countless videos online of top mixing engineers in the game using this plugin over and over again. It's such a reliable compressor. I utilize this plugin for adding compression to really any sound in my mix. It's really simple and easy to use. You can dial in your settings very quickly, and it has every single setting that you would find on any other compressor. It has your threshold and ratio, it has your attack and release, and it has your makeup gain. Everything you're going to need is going to be found on this plugin. It's the Swiss Army knife of compressors, and it's definitely one of my favorites. Next up, we have a de-esser plugin called Sibilance, and this is my go-to plugin for de-essing vocals. This plugin has such a good algorithm for finding those harsh S sounds that are just jarring to the ear, and it smooths them out in a way that is a lot better than any other de-esser plugin that I've worked with. It's really tough to mix a vocal without a de-esser, so Sibilance is a plugin that I can personally vouch for because my own vocals are very sibilant. Next up is one of the newer plugins made by Waves, and that is the Clarity VX Pro. This thing is magic. It's going to remove any background noise from your audio recordings, and it's very useful for people that are recording in less than ideal environments where there's a lot of background noise going on. Podcasting, dialogue, voiceovers, anything of that nature, this is going to be the cheat code. The last plugin is going to be the WLM loudness meter, and I use this during mastering, and it really only has one purpose. It's going to tell me how loud my song is, which is something that you need to know before uploading your track to streaming services. Now, if you're unfamiliar with how loudness is measured, the industry standard measurement is something called LUFS. This plugin is going to display your LUFS and your true peak value, both of which are very critical to know during mastering. So the WLM is an essential tool for me getting the proper loudness on all of my masters. All right, so that's it for today. I hope y'all enjoyed the content. Please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Leave me a comment, let me know what y'all think, and I'll see you on the next video.